Have you ever known that even animals have feelings? When we are talking about cucumbalization, the same way animals too have cucumbalization, and today I'm going to expose about cucumbalization in animals. So what I'm going to digest and talk about is Oestrus synchronization. So when we are talking about Oestrus synchronization is when animals have feelings, or sometimes you have to make these animals have feelings, yeah. And it is not an easy way, because the way I'm going to say it, I'm going to state it how this happens to the animal's life, not only about cattle, almost all the animals. So for today, I traveled all the way from Isibania village to Eldoret so that I can expose how cucumbalization happens to animals, and stay tuned because I'm going to digest everything systematically so that at least we enjoy the session, because some people usually ask me that do animals come on heat? Do animals really come on heat? Yes, animals come on heat the way, animals too have feelings, the way people have feelings, and that is the reality. So I'm going to tell us how animals become on heat, how animals have feelings, and I'm going to digest about that. So hello everyone, welcome back to Maxwell Lumumba. That's my name. So today I'm going to deep into one of the most powerful tools in the modern cattle breeding, that is Oestrus synchronization. So have you ever wished your cow or your animal could all come on heat at the same time? And can you imagine that being able to plan breeding, manage calving, and increase fertility to your animals, so all within a few days? That's exactly what Oestrus synchronization does to the lifestyle of an animal. For today's session, stay tuned till the end, because I'm going to break it down, how it works, how the science behind it, and a practical method step by step in a farm application. Because you can see me behind me, animals, in front of me, animals, everywhere, animals, yeah, this share of animals. So I'm going to break it down so that at least I can explain to you. So the way I'm saying about cucumbalization in animals, we have to understand Oestrus. So Oestrus, because that is what I can be talking about, because what we call Oestrus, a lot of farmers call that heat, becoming on heat, yeah. To human, it is something like a sexual desire. That is what I can elaborate about becoming on heat. So Oestrus is the period when a cow actually is sexually receptive, ready to be mated or inseminated. And unlike human beings, where it is just a jig, just a small jig or a caressing, somebody becomes horny. For animals, it is something like a process, yeah. Especially let's talk about the cattle. A cattle comes on heat, it reaches a time it comes on heat by itself, and whether you like it or not, that time it will be really disturbing you up and down. And I'll be telling us the signs when you see an animal becoming on heat. So the way I was speaking that actually this one, it is normal, and it happens every between 18 to 24 days. Some people say 20th, some people say 21st, some people say 22nd. So for me, I'm going just to put a age, yeah? Between 18th to 24 days, you get that your animal becomes on heat. That is when it is not in calf. So during the heat, you will notice that your cow becomes restless. So when I'm talking about restless, it's like in human, you get that you're very tired. You just, I wish I could be, somebody could be holding for me this camera so that I can demonstrate practically what I'm meaning by restless. You get that you become very restless, disturbing up and down. You need it. That is what I can really frame it. Yeah, for those who have wives, not like me. Me, I'm a bachelor. So when I'm phrasing this one, I hope you understand what I'm meaning. So during this one, and sometimes you can see an animal mounting on each other. When I'm talking about mounting, is jumping on top of the other one on the back. That is what we call the mounting. And you can see some mucus discharge, yeah, coming out from the vulva. Yeah, for those who know the vulva are we call it the lips of the external lips of the vagina. So that is what we call the vulva. So when you see some discharge coming out, yeah, you know that that animal is on heat. It needs something. It needs cucumberization. And if you observe her keenly, you will see that he has what we call standstill. When somebody, not somebody, when another animals try to mount on it. You know, when animal, let's say the cattle has that sexual desire, you get that if you have enclosed them in a cage like these ones, you can see these ones, they are enclosed in this way. You can see this one will be mounting this one because it produces something like a smell that another one can easily detect. And you know, something like this bull cannot mount an animal that is not on heat. So even for it comes there and smell, and once it smells, you get that it really gets I don't know, it is enticed or what. It will need it, and it will be riding on it, and that is what will be happening. And that is the best time for insemination. For those who want insemination, that is the best time that for insemination. So the main hormones controlling cycles, like let's say for the animal, we have different hormones that control this, what we call estrus on heat. We have estrogen, we have progesterone, we have the FSH, that is follicle stimulating hormone, then luteinizing hormone. Those all play part in synchronization. So therefore, synchronization simply means that we manipulate these hormones so that all cows come on heat at the same time and to be mated. Yeah. So what is estrus synchronization? So I'll be breaking down what I mean by estrus synchronization. So estrus synchronization is a reproductive management technique that uses hormone to control or manipulate the cow's reproductive cycle. The goal is to make the group of a cow come into heat and the same time, so that actually it can be bred or inseminated together, and that is what we usually call that. And these techniques, I'll be telling us the advantage of doing estrus synchronization. Yeah, one, planned breeding and artificial insemination. Let's say, for example, when we start our protocol about estrus synchronization, we know the exact time that we'll be breeding these animals. That is one point. Another point, we will actually rectify the situation of that animal, because you know we have some complication of animal. One of the complication is a repeated breeder. Another one missed. Actually, we have the repeated breeder, and you get an animal is becoming on heat more oftenly. Some of the animals, you get that even when you inseminate, even when you take them to the bull, you get that they don't really conceive. So when you have something like a planned breeding, you get that the artificial insemination, that is the AI, will be done in accordance to how it is supposed to do. Another importance of doing estrus synchronization, it is uniform calf crop. What do I mean with a uniform cow crop? One of it is same age. You are sure that your animals will be of the same age. So that means when it comes to growth rate, it will be the same. Another thing is about reduced open days. Open days are the days that your animal will be coming from the animal. Let's say when your animal will be coming, or let's say showing the signs of heat. So you will be reducing that interval. Yeah. Instead of waiting, let's say your animal has calved out. Instead of waiting for a maximum number of days so that it can become on heat, you just do what we call synchronization, and there you'll be. Your animal will be actually, you will be inducing heat and you'll be coming on heat, you inseminate and you forget those stories. So that is what we call the reduced open days. Another thing is about easier record keeping and management, because once you know the day that your animal was on heat, you can keep good records so that to follow. And when you have good records, that means that is the proper management. So for dairy beef farmers, synchronization saves time and boosts productivity. And I'll be telling you, why do you require synchronization? Actually, Oestrus synchronization. How to? Because one thing that we know, when calving happens randomly, management actually becomes very difficult. Difficult when it comes to feeding needs. Difficult when it comes to vaccination, because you know most of these vaccines are packaged depending on the age or the number of animals. Let's say you have a batch of animals that you have already vaccinated, and when you go to get a vaccine, you get that you can only take maybe vaccine for maybe 20 animals or 10 animals. If like the case of ECF, you have to take the 10 animals. So you get that it will be very difficult and winning ages, because you know when you have so many animals, you get that when you are winning your animals, you get a lot of challenge when it comes to that. So but when calves are born at the same period, actually management become very easy, and that's why actually I advocate for synchronization. And one thing about synchronization allows for timed AI program, so that you don't have to spend days observing heat. It also increases the conception rate. Yeah, the conception rate that I'm talking about is the conception rate means that you know I have to break down everything that I'm talking about. When I'm talking about conception rate is the rate of let me just put it in a simple language, is your animal getting pregnant. That is conception rate. When you insert the semen, when the animal is getting pregnant, so it increases that rate, because AI is done at the most fertile time, and that is why I really advocate for that. So there are three main approaches used in synchronization, and this one actually this is now the veterinary point that they need to understand this. Yeah, so one is prostaglandin based. That is the first protocol. Second protocol is progesterone based. Third protocol is combination of Ovisync and the other protocol, that is prostaglandin protocol. So let me digest for you what I mean by prostaglandin based protocol. That is PGF2 alpha. That is injection, which actually if I could be having those operators, I could be showing you practically, but from here I'm going to show you practical aspects of one protocol, that is PRID protocol, where I'm going to show you the CIDR. So some people call them PRID. I'll be showing how the PRID looks like, the applicator of the PRID, and everything about PRID protocol, and why, my reasons why I usually do PRID protocol. But basically for now, let me just take you through an overview of what is synchronization. So when I'm talking about PGF2 alpha protocol, this is the best, actually this is the method that is used in cows that already have a functional corpus luteum. And what do I mean about functional corpus luteum? So this means that they are cycling normally. When your animals are really cycling normally, you get that is that you can use the PGF2 protocol. And when you inject the prostaglandin, like the Lutilize, we have the Lutilize and some maybe like instrument in the market, it causes what we call lithiasis, yeah, which is the breakdown of corpus luteum. So once the corpus luteum breaks, you get that this leads to drop of progesterone levels, and the animal actually comes on heat between day 2 and 5 days, and that is how PGF2 protocol function, and that is how it's being done. So you can inject one injection, then you check heat, or give 2 injections, that is day 11 to day 14 apart, to cover the entire herd. So after the second dose, actually most cows will show heat sign 2 to 5 days, ready for AI, and AI is the artificial insemination. So that's all about PGF2 protocol, and the way it stated that PGF2 protocol, you only do that for the cycling animal. The animal that they don't have an active corpus luteum, don't do that because you will miss. So another one is the progesterone based protocol, that is CIDR, whereby this one you get that there is a gadget called the PRID. I'll be demonstrating that to you practically. I'll get somebody who will be catching for me the camera, then at the end I have to do practical application of these because I have so many of these PRID, so that you know, initially we had some CIDRs that were coming from South Africa. Nowadays we have the PRIDs that come from Seva Animale from France. So what happens with these PRIDs? They are inserted into the cow's vagina and left there for 7 days. This progesterone actually fools the body to think it's pregnant and stopping heat. When you remove the CIDR after 7 days, progesterone actually drops, causing the cow to come on heat, and that is how it is being. That is how it induces heat. So usually we inject actually prostaglandin 24 hours before removing the CIDR to ensure all corpus luteums are destroyed, and heat will occur 2 to 3 days after removal, and that's your AI window, so you can inseminate. So another combination that we call the Ovisync. Ovisync is that we call that day 0, day 7, day 9. I know a lot of people, a lot of vets are doing that, and the Ovisync protocol is common in large dairy farms. It uses a combination of GnRH and PGF2 injection to precisely time actually ovulation and insemination. And the way it works, day 0 you inject a certain hormone that starts follicle development. Day 7 you inject PGF2 that destroy the old corpus luteum. Day 9 actually you inject another hormone again that triggers ovulation, and day 10 you actually perform AI exactly 16 to 24 hours after the last injection. So this method actually guarantees synchronization even in larger herd, and I'll be showing you that step practically, and actually we'll be doing that. So I'll be talking about advantages of there is a combination of PRID protocol that we call the PRID protocol, where day 0 you insert the gadget, you inject an hormone. Day 7 you remove the gadget, you inject an hormone. Day 9 you inseminate and you inject an hormone. So that one is for vets, so that you know, I'm not supposed to leak every information that which hormone, that one is illegal. So I'm not going to tell us which type of hormone you inject day 0, day 7, day 9, but I can tell you about the semen. Yeah, put the semen that you know. If you are in business, put semen that you know, yeah, it is very good for milk production. So advantages of using synchronization: one is planned and predictable breeding. Another thing, uniform calf crop, reduce time for heat observation and improves conception rate. Then disadvantage, hormones can be very expensive, like the PRID itself. PRID is above $20. That is only one gadget for one animal, and that one you have not put the other hormones. So PRID is very expensive and requires trained personnel. Poor nutrition or non-cycling cows can lower success. Know that, because even if I come to do synchronization and your animals, you're not just feeding them in a proper way, conception rate will be very low. And I'll be talking about common mistake that we do, even vets. The biggest mistake that farmers make are synchronizing cows that are not cycling. Because I can go to a farmer, then synchronize an animal, then the animal does not come on heat, the farmer will be on your neck, because I've experienced that. The farmer becomes very mad, because you know, I usually advise a farmer that let us use the PRID protocol, because that one I'm sure that the cow will become on heat. But when the farmer minds about how much will that cost, then you go to a lower budget. You hear that the farmer, when you know when the animal does not come on heat, the farmer will be mad at you. Day 7, no heat. Day 11, no heat. He'll be very mad. That is why I'm telling you, only the cycling animals you can inject you can do synchronization with the PGF2 alone. Another thing is wrong timing AI. Artificially, let's say, in let's say OviSync, we have fixed time, the 16th to 25th. You have to inseminate during that period. If maybe you are riding your motorbike, then you have a mechanical problem with your motorbike, you get that you are going to miss, and once you miss, that is the end of you, because farmer will be mad. Yeah. Another thing is using expired hormones. Let us not use expired hormones. Yeah. Let us not use expired hormones. Another thing is about ignoring nutrition. Let us put nutrition to be a basic need. Yeah, because remember, synchronization doesn't work in thin, malnourished and sick animals. Always deworm them very well, feed well, and ensure cows that have enough energy before you start. So I'm going to do the practical aspect of PREED. I'll be showing us PREED and everything that I'm calling the PREED, so that we get to understand what is PREED, and I'll be demonstrating on how to insert the PREED, so as we know how to put the PREED. But this one is for vets. I'm not going to do the practical inserting to the animal, because that is animal cruelty, and I don't want to face my channel. I don't want it to be faced with some jigs. So I'll be just showing you the PREED. I'll show you how you apply it, how the procedure and everything. Then from there, I'll be going to the animal, so that we see that practical aspect of it. So to sum it all, Oestrus synchronization is one of the most effective reproductive system technologies in cattle farming. So when done correctly, it saves time, boosts fertility, and improves farm profit. But always work closely with the qualified veterinarians to choose the right protocol and avoid unnecessary losses. If you learn something in this which is new today, please give the video a thumbs up and share it with your fellow farmers, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and those everything. Yeah, let us go to the practical aspect, so that we'll be seeing how we apply all those things. Join me, join the journey. Thank you.
Oh yeah, ifanye.
Iko sawa. We play iko sawa. Guys, this is how in the village we eat roasted. This is roasted maize, yeah? Very sweet. Dry maize, then you roast it in the sufuria. It looks yummy. This, and you just throw one by one. This way. They are very sweet. Very sweet. Steve.
Yes.
How do you call it? How do you call these roasted maize in Kalenjin language?
In Kalenjin language.
Yeah.
We call it what? In our language.
These things, roasted maize. How do you call in your language? These ones.
Ini pengkerek.
Huh?
Pengkerek.
Pengerek?
Yeah, pengkerek.
Oh, pengerek.
Pengkerek.
Oh, today I'm in Kalenjin nation.
Kalenjin language.
You can hold for me this camera. Then I talk about the business of pengerek. Okay. Guys, I say that I'm going to do a practical about hormonal synchronization. So this is the PREED delta. This one, this is what is inside here.
Ongeza dairy milk.
You see this thing? This is
So
what
when
is
20
inside
minutes
here.
per hour.
This one, it is what is inside here. triangular in shape. Those times we used to have CIDR that was T in shape, but this one is triangular in shape, and this gadget here, it is coated with progesterone hormone. Yeah, it is being coated with progesterone hormone. Yeah. The reason why it is being coated with progesterone hormone is because once you insert this one vaginal, you know, it attaches itself on the edges of the vaginal wall, so it will be releasing the progesterone kidogo, slowly by slowly. So when inserting, because I've already told us about how this print works when I was doing the theoretical part about hormonal synchronization. So this is the gadget that I was talking about. So this is its applicator, and this thing, you know, it is inert. Even if you put it in the animal through the vaginal, the animal does not feel that it is there, because once it enters inside, it will enter, then it releases itself and attach on the wall. So this is the applicator that is used to put this gadget, and this is how we put. When you want to put, you have to make sure that this thing is in aseptic. No, you should not actually you should not make it maybe catch the microorganism. Yeah, make sure it is aseptic. Same with this one. Once you place these, because you are going to enter through the vaginal of the animal through this way. Yeah, it has to enter itself. So this is the way you insert it, this way. This is the way we load to this applicator. Once you load it this way, then you open the lips of the vagina, then you'll be entering it this way, this way, then this way, then you'll be releasing it. Yeah, when you want to release it, you'll be pushing it this way. So when you push it this way, it will be attaching itself in the vagina in such a way, yeah, this way. And that is how we apply this gadget that you can see here. Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is very good, very good, very good. That is the practical. If you want, we can go even to the animal, then I'll be doing it practically. Once you use this one in one animal, you disinfect it. You make sure you can use iodine, you can use any good disinfectant so as to prevent carrying maybe infection from one animal to another animal. Yeah, that is it. I call it a day, and I have some other hormones.
And let me ask you a question.
Yeah, ask a question.
How it will stay for how long?
This one?
Yes,
for 7 days.
7 days.
Day 0 till day 7. Day 7 will be removing it from the animal.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So this one was already used, yeah? This
Yes.
one was already used. I was just trying to show them practically. Then after here, I'm going to the animals to put them to the animal.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.